As suspected, Icom has announced their new radio, dubbed the ID-52. Let's talk about it.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Jason. I'm KC5HWB. This is Ham Radio 2.0, where we do reviews, news, and how-tos of many things that are new in amateur radio. Now, I will say this. The ID-52 is not out yet. And it's been, I don't want to say, they've been dangling it for a while. And what I mean by that is, it popped up on the FCC ULS approval, not the ULS, the FCC database for like a day or two, and then it disappeared. Josh from the Ham Radio Crash Course said he saw it there, and then he went back like the next day and it was gone. I never saw it. I'm like, okay, well, they've discontinued the ID-51 and the 51A. They've got the ID-31 up, but those are on big discount right now, and those are even older than the 51s were. And what are they doing? They got to have some sort of HT. They got to have something. So obviously they're doing something. We just didn't know exactly. We thought we knew that. We thought it was going to be the ID-52. In fact, I think Josh even said that it was called the ID-52 when he saw it on the FCC website. But we got confirmation now about a little bit. So let's just. I'm just going to read you what I found, because some people may not. Now, this has been posted on Facebook. Some of you might have seen this, but, this is just information sharing. This is news. We do reviews, news, and how-tos of things that are new in amateur radio on this channel. This is news. Okay. So we're going to go over here to QRP blog, which I don't know this guy, QRPblog.com. I don't know him. I'm not associated with him. I don't have any connection to him whatsoever. This is just the link that was shared with actually a viewer of mine shared this link with me, and I looked at it, and then I went over to Facebook, and I found several other people had shared it over there as well. So this was written, it was published today, early this morning. Posted by Razvan. Okay, so he says a couple of things in here that are wildly accurate, and some other things that I don't necessarily agree with. So again, I didn't write this. I'm just going to read it to you. Okay, so here's a picture of the thing. That looks like a really sweet rig. I don't know where he got that. I assume Icom sent him that, or maybe it's on Icom's website. I haven't looked. I looked at HRO and Gigaparts and RNL, which are my HRO's big Icom supporters. RNL and Gigaparts are my main go-to retailers. None of them have it listed even for pre-sale announcement. Nothing at this point. At the time of this recording, there's nothing out there for it that way. Okay, so Icom ID-52 is the latest VHF-UHF DSTAR handheld transceiver released by Icom, and it's meant to replace the recently discontinued ID-51 Plus 2. As expected, the USA version will be dubbed the ID-52A, while the European market counterpart will be ID-52E, common. The Icom ID-52AE follows the footsteps of the 51 with similar layout and slightly larger size. The most obvious difference is the big display, as a more recent 2.3-inch color display has replaced the long-dated 1.7-inch dot matrix used in the previous model. Very true. Yeah, dot matrix, black and white. Good radio, but just kind of like dated as far as style and looks go. Not in functionality, just kind of like display type dates. The new screen uses a transflective technology which improves visibility in bright sunlight. Usually a light sensor is used with transflective displays to allow automated on-the-fly adjustments of brightness depending on the ambient light, but we don't know yet if Icom has indeed implemented this. Okay, it's still going to be a neat-looking display. I really like the. I get a lot of comments on my DMR videos about some of the radios that have the black background with the white text rather than a white background with colored black, blue, whatever text. It's kind of easier on the eyes. And I would agree with that. I like the darker backgrounds with the white text. It's a matter of personal preference. Some radios you can switch back and forth. Again, matter of personal preference. I do like it. The darker background with the lighter text is more modern looking because there's more radios today that have that. Yaesu's FT3D has it. The Kenwood D74 has that. So it's it's kind of starting to be more commonplace, so that the radio just looks more modern, just display-wise. Still got the track wheel on it. Okay. Assuming this picture is accurate. So I guess we'll see as time goes on how accurate that picture is. Another welcome addition is Bluetooth, enabling connection to audio headsets, image transfer, remote control. USB charging is also finally here. Now this part made me laugh. Excuse me if I won't be jumping for joy because amateur radio manufacturers are finally discovering technology from 15 years ago. And that's funny because it's true. I mean, yeah, the last 2 or 3 models of Chinese radios that I've reviewed that are micro USB chargeable, I'm like, wow, micro USB chargeable. Hey, this is great. You can charge it anywhere. You can charge it in the wall plug, in any plug in your house that have the USB connectors. You can get a USB wall board and plug it into any regular plug. You can plug it into your cigarette lighter in your car. A lot of newer cars have USB charging ports directly in the car. So what a concept. This is great. But that line is funny because and mainly because it's just so true. So the Icom ID-52 will also see small improvements to the ID-51, like wider airband coverage, 750 milliwatts of audio power instead of 400 milliwatts, so it'll be louder. The speaker on it would be louder. And improved DSTAR functionality. It allows sending pictures. Okay, simultaneous reception of VV, UU, VU, or DV/DV seems to be interesting. It's still not full duplex, though. We still get IPX7 ingress protection, 1 meter depth for 30 minutes, internal GPS receiver, SD card slot, DR functions, and terminal access point modes. Okay, good. So it's waterproof up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. If that's accurate, if that is indeed accurate. There's no information yet about price, but we can expect something around unofficial and purely personal estimation, $450 US at launch. No words on availability either. The big fat elephant in the room is the fact that there is no mention of the screen being a touchscreen. If Icom is still relying on the same clunky, outdated user interface that the ID-51, parentheses, a joystick and a few buttons, for a product announced in 2020, the disappointment is off the scale. I don't know that I agree with that part. I don't think I agree with him on that. Touchscreen is nice. It is. Touchscreen is nice. I didn't find the ID-51 to be all that clunky, honestly. Anybody who's ever used a Yaesu menu, I don't really. I mean, the Icom menus are different, but I had an ID-51 for like six months, maybe a year or something like that, and I used it off and on. I'd never used it as my daily carry, but I used it a little bit kind of here and there. And I sold it when I bought my Kenwood D74, which was also a DSTAR radio, which I like better because it had Bluetooth. And the main thing I liked about the D74 is, and I've said this in many videos, is the fact that it has 220. And I love 220. I get on 220 all the time. And of course, the D74 menu's incredibly easy. But I don't remember the ID-51 menu being that bad. I don't. Comment below. Let me know what you think about the ID-51 menus, because it's been a while since I've looked at it, so admittedly, I may not be remembering correctly, but I don't remember it being that bad. So he's talking about it being clunky and outdated user interface. Yeah, the joystick, okay. Yeah, it's not a BlackBerry, for crying out loud. And it's not a TYT MD 2017 that had the trackball that everybody hated, which you could turn off, but nobody knew that. So, the joystick thing, okay. Yeah, okay. I can kind of see that, okay. The D74 kind of has a joystick. It's not really a stick that sticks out, but it's a 4-way up, down, left, and right little knob in the center that you can click in 4 different directions, and it does the same thing a joystick would do. So, okay. Quite frankly, I don't care if it's touchscreen. I don't care. That's not gonna matter to me one way or the other. I personally like physical buttons a little bit better. I think the touchscreen will become relevant and important in the HTs when manufacturers start making Android-controlled HTs. Oh, what do you know? That is one. But when you have an Android-controlled radio with a screen on it, then the touchscreen becomes relevant. And this is my opinion. And the touchscreen on the FT3D is okay. It's all right. It's not great. It's not the there's a word for it. Okay, I don't remember the terminology, but it's the old style of screen with that's like not. It's like a soft screen, and you kind of got to press on it sometimes to get it to react. So it's not the latest and greatest technology. It's not. It doesn't seem as sensitive as, like, say, an IC7300, which has a great touchscreen on it. IC9700, great touchscreen on it. But I don't know. Touchscreen. I find myself I don't use my touchscreen much in the FT3D, so I don't think that I care if the ID52 has a touchscreen or not. Okay, put your comments below. Let me know what you think about a touchscreen. If the ID52 is this, he's got it sitting right next to. Again, this may not be an accurate representation. I don't know where he got this image, but he's got it sitting right next to an ID51A. If that's an accurate size comparison between those two models, I don't care. I don't care if the screen on the radio is a touchscreen if it's only going to be that big. I don't care, but. Tell me what you think. Would you rather have a touchscreen or would you rather not have a touchscreen? Put your comments below. Any other information on this upcoming radio, guys? I'll try to share as much as I can. I found this. One of my viewers. I was recording my weekly shopping video this morning. One of my viewers sent this to me, and I'm like, let's record a video. Why not? So, 73, hope to see you guys at the QSO Today Virtual Ham Expo tonight. Starting tonight with keynote address, starting tomorrow with all the vendors and whatnot. 73, y'all have a good weekend.